The most interesting part of Sinners to me wasn't its take on exploitation and revenge, but how it wrestles with the idea of power. Not just the kind of power we hold, but what holds power over us. Set in the Jim Crow era South, the world of Sinners already has a background power dynamic present throughout the movie, with what it means to be white, black, or somewhere in between being constantly on display. And while the film does a great job of portraying the outer struggles of the time, what struck me more was how it reveals the inner ones. Because in Sinners, each character is tied to something. For Slim, it's alcohol. For Sammy, it's faith. For Mary, it's love. For Stack, it's money. For Smoke, it's family. And for Remick, it's control. Each of them is trapped, not by monsters, but by their own history, their grief, their desires, and their habits. Sinners takes its time with this. It spends the first stretch of the movie simply letting us observe, learning who these people are and building connections to them, with each story, scene, and silence revealing more about their past, their wants, their weaknesses, and what exactly holds power over them. I think the most obvious depiction of this is Slim with alcohol. We see a clearly talented musician spending all of his money on drinks and throwing away whatever stability he has left for the prospect of some Irish beers. Similarly, we see the path of Sammy being pulled away from his passion for music because of the faith and rules being pushed on him, and Mary constantly being put in danger and leaving behind a potentially peaceful life over the hopes of a love or even closure from it that has not been hers for a long time. And to me, for most of the movie, it felt like all of them were drifting towards a fate they couldn't escape, that they were carrying burdens too heavy to set down. But then something changes. Remick and the vampires arrive. And suddenly, the quiet evils we've seen beneath the surface are confronted by something much louder. And one by one, in the face of this evil, the characters' realities and truths are held up to the spotlight, and they begin to face what holds power over them. And after having to accept their circumstances, the vampires almost feel like a representation of this very power and sin, with the characters then being divided into those who are willing to fight it and those who aren't. This felt both symbolic and literal, as we never see someone like Stack visually get to fight against the vampires, and through the final credit scenes, we see that his thirst for money and status has even continued over into the undead life. Yet, someone like Slim acknowledges the hold alcohol has on him, and in his final sober moments, almost poetically breaks a beer bottle to sacrifice himself to save the others. So while many are lost, those who fought managed to free themselves from whatever had power over them by accepting that it did. Smoke, after being unable to bring himself to kill his undead brother, confronts and kills the clan members that had been plotting the murder of the community and family he had tried so hard to build. Sammy is able to pursue his dreams of music by leaving behind the faith and system that had been restricting him. And Remick's demise shows that even the darkest of evils, whether external or internal, can be overcome. Because in the end, Sinners wasn't just about who lives or who dies. It was about who refuses to be devoured.